Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all my witches, warlocks, riders, and wanderers. Today is Friday, April 11th. I am KibbyRose. I am your SoCal psychic, and I'm here to cover some witchy things, some client readings, and some horoscopy things. So if you're interested in reading for yourself, please read the planner below or pay close attention to the instructions within the opener, which I'm going to roll right now. All right, so today we're going to cover the Celtic Tree Month that we're going to be shifting into on Tuesday. I have client readings for Emma, Diane, Tracy, and Amy. I do have some notes on a couple of things that have come up that clients wanted my opinions on, so I'm going to give that. And then we have our horoscopes and channel announcements. So to get into it right away, a couple of rants. I'm going to swishy swish, and I'll cover the rants that I wanted to get into. So, okay, so a couple of you asked me to cover a couple of things that were going on because they have flashed in your announcements, and you kind of just wanted me to give you an overall feeling on the gist of the situation. So this is for Mike and Brian. Both of you, I'm just going to go down kind of the list that you guys gave me of things you want to cover, and I'm going to go from there. So in regards to the Whoopi Goldberg case with Carolyn Levitt, Carolyn's going to win from what I can see. Carolyn's got everything on her side in order to win. So that is, from what I'm feeling on the other side, there's no question Whoopi's going to lose in this. And after this, this is actually going to be the precursor to bring down the pyramid within the whole social structure of that side of issues in regards to not only the politics, but the, how do we say this without, how do I word this in a way where it's not like, the Disney walls come tumbling down, but not in a way that like stock holders need to be worried, but in a way that the inside structure of whoever is trying to manipulate Disney for their greater cause is going to do it. Walt, there's a lot of people on the Disney side. I thought it was just Walt, but the other day when you guys brought this to my attention yesterday and I decided to meditate on it, I found out that it's not just Walt that is on this whole, like, we have got to save Disney. We have got to save the Disney name. They are not for this whole DEI movement. Now, here's the thing that I've talked to a couple people, and I've come to this resolution, and this is also something that was brought up when I was meditating. Disney actually would have succeeded where they thought they were going to succeed if they had created a whole new 2025 Disney. If they had created literally a whole new, not Disney, sorry, 2025 Disney princess. If they had created a whole new aged princess for the 2025 era, like, yeah, we don't have that many princesses nowadays, but the fantasy is still there for a lot of women, especially a lot of little girls. And they could have made a new aged princess with the storyline that they tried to shove Snow White into. But this actually goes completely with what I was trying to say before, when the old method of trying to shove a predetermined idea into a predetermined mold, or a new idea into a predetermined mold, and expecting it to fit. No offense, but most of the parents of the 80s and 90s children tried to do this, and you saw how dramatically that failed. It's kind of the same thing now happening with social media. You can't, if they had taken that idea and ran with it as a new Disney princess, it could have revolutionized Disney and brought them to the same level as the Harry Potter Universal Studios. But instead, they tried to take what created Disney in the first place that worked back then, and instead of creating a whole new storyline and envisioning a whole new kind of Disney with the keeping the idea of we want to create a Disney princess like Snow White, but for the new age, they would have done it. So in regards to the Whoopi Goldberg and Carolyn case, this is actually going to be the precursor to this is going to be the rug pull. That is literally going to cause all the Jenga blocks to come down. This is that one block that's going to be dislodged from the bottom that will cause the entire stack to come tumbling down. But it will be a good thing because they're going to be able to rebuild and restructurize stronger and better for the future. So, in regards to the protests, I've heard you asked me to see if the energy felt was legitimate or not in regards to the protests. Basically, and when Brian, when you asked me that question and I actually looked into it, I was like, oh, you're asking to see if they're all paid protesters. The truth is, let's just say, when money is being paid for you to fight for something, oftentimes the energy behind it can seem true and legitimate. However, the root cause of it is wrong. And that is kind of what I'm getting in regards to these protesters. So I really feel like they're fighting for a cause, but I feel like they're fighting for a cause to keep their paycheck, if that makes sense. So I don't know how or where you would stand on that issue. I actually do know a personal situation where when I lived in Virginia and was looking for a job, somebody did offer me a position to do kind of this. And I remember them explaining the job to me, and I remember saying to them, so this is paid protesting. And they're like, well, no, not really. And it was just the way they said it. I was like, no, I'm good. I didn't take the job because I was very questionable on it. But that is very much the feeling that I get from this, is that these people are fighting. They are fighting for a cause, but the cause might be rooted in more of keeping their paycheck. Okay. The next thing I saw, you asked me about, actually, it came down before I could give you my prediction on it. But no, the state courts are not going to. Once I think it was SCOTUS and something else. The angels kept saying CODIS, and I don't know what they meant on that. But I did hear something in regards to that whole situation as like SCOTUS or something like that. So I think that's what the angels were referring to. But they did reference that basically, other than SCOTUS, they also kept repeating to me, he's the commander-in-chief. He's the commander-in-chief. And I'd be like, yes, but are they going, he's the commander. So I have a feeling that the upper district courts are definitely going to rule that, sorry, as much as you want to think that you've got superpowers on the state level, you don't. You may hold the crown in your own state, but when it comes to the kingdom, sorry, there's somebody else who is put into that position, and they kind of overrule you. That's the whole point of the president. We do have things that, checks and balances, but for the most part, the president is in position for a reason, and there's a reason that he's elected into that position, and there's very much energy on the other side. I don't like. Here's. I kind of am a little disgruntled when Trump said God put me into this position in order to make a change, because I'm like, delusions of grandeur, you got to be careful. Yes, God puts the angels in places in order to do good things, but you still got to keep your feet on the ground. However, there is so much energy on the other side that I can't really argue with his statement, even though I'm kind of like, you might not want to seem a little, dial down on the little bit of pompousness, because just because you got the power doesn't mean you need to flaunt the power. Like, use it, but don't flaunt it. So he's getting better at it, but there's a lot of energy on the other side. And like I said, the angels at the start of this said we were an out of control train heading for a wall. Either way, we were going to crash. Whether we crashed controllably or out of controllably was up to us. And they referenced that we're in control now. So we may be crashing into the wall still, but we inevitably were going to do so. How much damage is going to be left in the wake is now minimal compared to what it was. A lot of people are throwing a temper tantrum because the truth is they don't want to see how bad it is until it's that bad. And oftentimes that's how a lot of people have to live life in order to navigate a lot of the negative that goes on in the world. I don't blame them. As a psychic, I am often jealous of the people who can just tune out the rest of the world and live on. That's not something I can do. It was not something I could ever do. If the generalized populace of people were upset about things, I could feel it. It was something that bothered me. I finally, as an adult, figured out to search out in news and forecasts and everything else to figure out why I felt this impending doom or this overwhelming anger and such and such. But referencing to that, if you actually look at the long term of things, more people are freaking out over the change and the unknown of the change than the actual, like, everybody's freaking out over what ifs. And that's kind of where you need to stand, is like we all need to be, kind of stop freaking out about what ifs. Okay. The next thing you asked me to meditate on was the Blake Lively and Ryan case, because you're right, I haven't mentioned anything on that in a while. In that reference, I still see Justin. Kind of, sorry, I don't mean to laugh, because what the visuals they give me sometimes are just hilarious. But basically they showed me like a check and balances type weight thing, and when it came to the guilty, they were like, Justin is so innocent, and the amount of evidence piling up against Ryan and Blake at this point is undeniable. And guys, and Brian, Mike, this was another thing I wanted to bring up. If you hadn't seen the movie Waiting or Waiting 2, where Ryan Reynolds actually is one of the co-producers and stars in it, it should give you a very, very good idea of what it is behind the scenes in that whole bro party. There's also a song called Dick in a Box that you can find on YouTube. That's by Justin Timberlake. And that will also give you a good idea of the type of mentality that we are dealing with when it comes to men in Hollywood. There is kind of a reason why this whole feminism thing took over, because when it comes to regard to men in Hollywood and LA, you're not going to find a cowboy who's able to chop wood and save you from a bear. Okay. You're definitely going to be able to find a businessman who can negotiate a contract and get you a better deal, but he ain't going to be saving your life on no level. And that's kind of what happened. Is I believe that men were a little too feminized in all regards in Hollywood. And when you feminize men to a point where they start acting like women, you get Ryan Reynolds. So that's just my opinion on that. So to go from there, we're going to swooshy swoosh, and I'm going to do the client readings for Emma, Diane, Tracy, and Amy. And Tracy, I already saw you pop in to my messages, so I do see you, even though it's not showing that anybody is watching on YouTube. And then Amy, I got your text message, like, most of you read it later, but I did see, Amy, that you will be texting me later or watching later, because you usually come in for readings. So I'm going to swishy swoosh, and we're going to get on to that. All right. So for you all just wanted generals. The four of you cracked me up, because all four of you said generals, and all four of you asked for the same deck. So A, thank you, because you're making it a little bit easier versus last time. And B, yeah, I thought it was funny. Everybody's got same mind lately. And on that note, as like each and every one of your angels steps in, basically what's going on here is you all are kind of panicking about the same things. So we're going to, all right, so we're going to do Amy, we're going to do Emma first. And you're doing good in your relationship. So yeah, we're just going to do a general for you, Emma. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so Emma. Oh. Ugh. Okay, so when I was shuffling the cards for you, Emma, they're referencing that something, and this is, girl, this is something that we've talked about before. Your coworkers are not your friends. They can be acquaintance type friends, but they're not your friends. Like, you can go out to lunch, you can hang out with them, but when it comes to serious family issues and problems, you don't want to be sharing that information with them because, yeah. So we've got the King of Needles in reverse. We've got the 10 of Candles in reverse, and then we've got the Queen of Candles in reverse. So, and considering it's all swords and swords and needles, yeah, this has to do with work. So, needles, King of Needles. Cold, calculating, and egotistical. Lets his convictions and his visions go to his head and has a major superiority complex. Make sure you're acting in accordance with your conscience and treating others with respect they deserve. So, okay, that's interesting. Your angels, they're more, yeah. Okay, so this could actually be the person that's actually messing things up for you could be cold and calculated because you are not cold and calculating. You are a sweetheart. So, like, the last thing I would call you is cold and calculating. Okay, so 10 of Candles in reverse. Come here. Oh, this book. I need to mark you. Okay, so 10 of Candles in reverse. Stop. We've got you're feeling weighed down by a heavy burden. You perceive it as something you have to deal with alone, but people are standing by waiting to support you. Let them. You'll find so much better. So, egotistical, cold and calculating. You have people that want to help you. And then you've got Queen in reverse. Girl, what is going on? Because your angels brought in work, and now I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Wonder if somebody's trying to get the best of you at work, and you need to open up to the people at work and let them know that that's not what's going on. So let's look at the Queen of Candles in reverse. Have you been giving too much attention to the opinions of others? Don't stifle your ideas and lose your voice. Make time for a bit of soul searching and express yourself. Don't worry what others may think. You have too much to offer. So yeah, whatever. So this has to do with work. Whatever's going on at work, you need to open your mouth and not just play hide. I feel like somebody is trying to, I feel like you got a little too close and friendly with somebody, confided in them, and now they're using the information to make you look bad to everyone else. And you need to open your mouth to fix your reputation. So, Emma, please do so, because yeah, I don't want you losing your job. You love your job. All right, Diana. Oh, I'm hearing Diana is busy cooking, which I'm not surprised. Diana's usually busy cooking. So general for Diana. She's got so many things going on. You always have so many things going on. Just tell me if there's any problem areas. Okay. I'll have to check, but for the most part, they're saying that your things are going good for you. It goes that way, because that's the way it would have been pulled. Okay, so we've got the Emperor. We've got, what is this? 9 of Presents. And we've got 8 of Needles. So, I like the 8 of Needles. That's really pretty. Tell you the truth. All right, so Considering the Emperor is in control. So who has stepped into your life that is... All right, so the Emperor. Level-headed ruler, parental figure, creates order, stability, and routine. Master your confidence, square your shoulders, get ready to step into a powerful role. Rather than trying to completely reinvent the wheel, rely on structure, order, and practicality. Oh, you know what? And this goes kind of with the horoscopes that I was seeing for Diana. Yeah, there's a lot of change coming up, reassessing, reapproving, redoing basically things in life. So basically your angels are telling you, hey, you're about to solidify your direction if you haven't chosen it already. So the 9 of Presents is going to tell us which direction you're going. So 9 of Presents upright. You made your dreams come true and you are reaping the rewards of your hard work. Now you have everything you need, and it's important to set yourself up for sustained success by managing your income wisely. All right. Well, let's look at the 8 of Needles for you, because this sounds really good. That sounds really good. Like really good things are going to happen. Gimme. It's like giving me everything but... The 8 of Needles. Okay, so 8 of Needles represents the feeling of restriction. Have hope. All's not lost, even if you're feeling trapped or stifled and life seems to be unraveling at the seams. Remember that you have the power to free yourself of what's holding you back and stitch yourself back together. Okay, so that's what's going on here. So we're going to actually pull another card, because basically your angels are telling you, square up. You've got everything you need because you're about to take a hit in something. So let's pull 2 more cards for you, Diane, and see what we're going to take a hit in here. Knight of Presents upright, and the 6 of Presents in reverse. So let's do the Knight of Presents first. Knight of Presents. All right. Sitting up, face up. Hardworking, steadfast person focused on being as productive as you can. Find success in endeavors by sticking to a solid routine. This can advise you to work diligently and focus on details. Okay. So put your head to the grind, girl, and go. Because things were stable. You're about to take a hit, but they're basically telling you if you put your head back down and work, you'll be fine. And in reverse means needs to be internalized. Self-love is the name of the game. Treat yourself to something you've been wanting. You deserve to enjoy reward of your hard work. So basically, yeah, prepare, Diana, because you're about to take a little bit of a hit, but your angels are basically referencing through hard work, you're going to be able to actually reward yourself. So, but that's kind of what's happening with a lot of business right now. Just put your head down, work a little bit harder. We'll get through this. Everything's going to be better in the end. I can promise you guys that. So Tracy, clean me. Is it your angels? We're going to listen to angels because you may have wanted those ones, but your angels are saying that they want these ones. So we're going to switch that because, yeah, I heard that loud and clear. Oh, because maybe I forgot you're there. Maybe because let me put this over here so it feels like I'm actually talking to you and not just to the messages. Maybe they're in tune to them a little bit better. Is my guess. Usually when angels ask for specific cards, that's usually what it means. They can vibrate with the cards better. So, all right. So Tracy, you got a general coming. Oh, hi, Amy. Amy pops in. Okay, so we'll get you two taken care of here. So Tracy, you just wanted a general. Lullaby, say goodnight. Why are we singing that? That's interesting. Okay. That doesn't mean anything to you. Oh, I knew it didn't. I know it doesn't. I didn't think it did. All right. You ready for this? I'm just gonna tell you, your angels came in like, you ready? Kind of like, uh-oh, what'd she do? What'd she do? All right, so we've got, what did you do? Even I can see it in the cards. What did you do? All right, so you got the 10 of flowers, but you got the mystery in reverse. And then you've got the 8 of swords. So let's check this out, because the mystery in reverse is not good. Okay, so 10 of flowers. 10 of flowers, right up. Feeling stressed and exhausted by the amount and magnitude of your duties and have lost your Jewel Divinity. I so pronounced that wrong. I'm so sorry. Re-examine your commitments to make sure they're really worth it for you. Are you like Diana and taking on like 17 different projects? Are you going to act like Jackie and be like throwing a temper tantrum because you want to take on another project and everybody's busy with every other project that they can't help you right now? All right. The mystery. Okay. The mystery in reverse. This is not good, girl. I have a feeling you've overwhelmed yourself and you might have to reduce your workload. This is 2. All right, so 2 in reverse. If you're struggling with a lack of clarity, I'm sorry. Don't you love it when that happens? Anyway. Advises you not to take anything at face value, dig deeper and use your intuition to discover what really going on under the surface. Take time to consider situations from new perspectives. You may discover that the challenges you're perceiving aren't even truly there. So, and what's very interesting is we definitely have revising, reconsidering, and discovering energies coming in, because Venus coming out of retrograde has caused a lot of people to kind of go whoop with things. So I have a feeling you're going to be doing that this weekend. So 8 of spears. All right, really, Indiana Jones. You don't want any adventures right now. An adventure would not be a good thing, girl. What are you talking about? Okay. All right. So, 8 of Spheres represents the feeling of being trapped, limited, and restricted. Yeah. But the key word here is feeling. Though you may feel as though you don't have any options or ways to get out of the situation, indicates that you actually do. To find them, look for things from a different perspective. So yeah, you might have to go on a little Indiana Jones adventure to figure out. Basically, your angels are saying whatever you're trying to do right now, it's not going to work. It's not working. It's not going to work. You need to literally stop, reassess, readvise, and then move forward, because it's just so. What? So taking on 4 different YouTube projects at once isn't a good idea? No. Oh my gosh, 4? Oh gosh, honey, and running your own channel? No. If this is a contracted negotiation type thing, I would definitely reconsider or see if you can, and you're going to have to lessen your workload. You're not going to be able to do what you're wanting to do. Wishful thinking, in other words, is what your angels are trying to say, my dear. Okay. So for some of us, okay, I'm going to put it this way. For a lot of us, including myself, that are very creative and are very imaginative and come up with a lot of ideas, oftentimes we are not realistic about how much we can accomplish in a day. And there's not 5 of us. Do we wish there was 5 of us? Yes. Do we probably get this type of behavior from our parents? More than likely. On that note, however, you do need to learn how to slim down that to-do list, so you or stretch out your timeline. Okay, because here's the thing. I have projects too. Have some of them put on the back burner for now because of the new ideas that we're launching in May. Absolutely. Do you think I have time to go back and rewatch my YouTube channels and make notes or YouTube videos and make notes right now? No. Kind of watching and making notes on a lot of other podcasts and videos at the moment. So, but that doesn't mean that this project has been null and voided. I'm still making note on which ones I need to make note on. I'm still catching up on typing up notes when I can. When I type up notes for the new thing, I'll type up some notes for this. But the thing is I'm not putting pressure on myself to finish this pile. And that's kind of what I see is going on with you and your angels, is like the pile you're creating, you're going to have to finish. You're not going to be able to put stuff on the back burner. So you're going to have to learn to reduce that pile to radical acceptance. This is one of those, this is definitely distress tolerance and radical acceptance, because you definitely need to radically accept just how much you can actually accomplish. And you need a de-stress tolerance, because you need to understand where your stress tolerance is and know where you need to bring it down from. And right now, you're not doing either of those. So there's a little bit of DBT thrown in for you too. And mindfulness. If you really want to get into it, we can throw in mindfulness too, because you need to be mindful of yourself and your stress level. Because the truth is you're like me. When you get overstressed, fibromyalgia kicks in. When fibromyalgia kicks in, your body locks up. Can you do work when your body locks up? No. So on that note, we're going to shift to Amy. And and you two can argue it out in here. Anyway, so Amy, we're not doing love. Why not? I knew you were going to ask. Because your angels literally said, just because Venus shifted out of retrograde doesn't mean that it shifted out of retrograde for you. Okay. That just because love turns a corner for everybody else and it more than likely introduces new love into everybody else's life, you are still on a life path where you need to solidify things. You can't put expectations on a relationship. You can't go into a relationship with expectations. You've already, because when you go into a relationship with expectations, you've already doomed the relationship to fail. It's fact. So on that note, we're going to do a little general for you because that's what you requested. You can argue with your angels all you want, but I'm going to tell you this the hard way, okay? I fought with my angels for a long time. I ended up homeless for me to learn my lessons. Don't learn from me. Don't do the same I did. You know what I mean? Don't be so stubborn that you're like, no, I can make the right decisions. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to follow my heart. Because truthfully, I ended up on the street because I fell in love with somebody and I wanted to try to save them, and ended up destroying myself in the meantime. So you can't, yeah. And it's because I didn't have a solid foundation. I thought that we could save each other together. It doesn't work that way. So, but I was also suffering from a broken heart. An absolute, well, not even broken, shattered. Just it was in dust piles at that point. So, yeah. Wow. And I just heard that bright and clear. No, your angels were like, yeah, okay, you just put all of your energy into those cards. You want to redo that? for Amy. Okay. So Amy. Okay. And they keep spitting this card out. So I have a feeling that that's the overall card for your reading because they keep spitting that one out. I'll show you in a second. This Amy. Love. No, it's not a love card. You did that on purpose. You're such a brat. Ah, girl. You're lucky you're paying me. Okay. Amy. You know, oh wow. Oh, your angels are just giving you a general of a general, man. Like literally. This is kind of funny. Your angels were like, fine, you want to be sassy. So you've got the 2 of flowers, we've got the 5 of spears, and we've got, look at that, the 6 of teacups in reverse. Go back to your other readings. Go back to your other readings. And then we've got the 1 of hedgehog as an oversight to the reading. So, your cards. The oversight of the reading. So basically what I mean by that is your angels often will, when it comes to like, especially with the general, they'll choose a path in which they're going to give the message down. And the hedgehog, the 1 of hedgehogs, which is also the 1 of coins, is the path, is basically they're saying this is the path we chose to go down for this reading. Okay, so exciting opportunities are heading your way that carry the potential to be very beneficial to you. This could refer to lucrative new job, a fresh start in a new home, or a pursuit of a new goal that could be very profitable. Notice there's no love. No love. No love. I'm just going to repeat that. Amy, notice no love. Okay? New beginnings, new pursuits, not And I bet they did that because this is so generalized that with your sole focus on relationships and wanting a relationship right now, I could see why your angels are like, see, no love, no romance. We're not talking about romance. Okay, so we had the 2 of flowers. God, you are so frustrated with your angels. It cracks me. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the level of frustration that I can feel passing between your angels and you, because they're just as frustrated with you as you are with them. And it's kind of like the little sister watching the older sister get in trouble with the parents, and you're like, ooh. That's why I'm laughing, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to be picking on you. You didn't say it that way? Okay, good. I would have kind of found it rude, so I just wanted to clarify. Okay, so 2 of flowers, upright. Suggests that you're in the beginning stages of manifesting a goal that you're very excited about. Now I know. Now I know why they had to clarify. No love. Sorry. Oh gosh. I love you, Amy. This is cracking me up. I love you, girl. Okay. While you may still be ironing out the details and figuring out how to make your dreams a reality, this card is a sign that things are on the right track. I see why your angels needed to preference no love. No love. Because you are manifesting other things. You subconsciously may not realize that you're manifesting money. You really do want financial stability because your subconscious knows that once you're able to get financially stable, you'll start putting out the right energy that the right love will come to you. So subconsciously, your mind is trying to tell your heart, hey, I know what to do. You're just not listening. Which I don't blame. This happens all the time with the mind and the heart, because right now your soul and your heart are on the same side, and the mind is going, hey guys, it's not going to work just the way you want to do it. Manifesting and demanding it is not going to work, but I have a strategy. I have a way of doing this. And so that's what's happening right now, is your mind is trying to tell your heart and your soul, hey guys, I agree with your goal. There's a better way of going about it. Okay. Your angels are also trying to get you to understand this. And I'm okay. So we've got the 5 of Spears. Okay. Right side up. Locked in conflict with the temptatious Queen of Hearts, frustrated by misunderstandings or poor communications with the Mad Hatter. The 5 of Spears is known to ultimate conflict card. Whatever battle you found yourself in, know that now isn't the time to back down. You'll have to be creative and determined to gain the advantage. Amy, please listen to me. We really are trying to work together to the same goal, I swear. 6 of Cups. Oh, good Lord, girl. I love you, girl. Okay. The 6 of Teacups reversed suggests you may be living in the past. Remembering bygone days can be comforting, but take care not to become so consumed with not nostalgia that to neglect. Yeah. So they're basically referencing again, like, please listen to us, honey. We really do love you. We really are trying to get you onto the right path of things. Okay. I know you're stubborn. I'm stubborn too. Okay. I get it. And Amy, this is why I will forever do card readings for you, no matter how much you frustrate me, because sometimes, because the truth is often the most stubborn and hard-headed are the ones that in the long run become the most successful, because you learn a lot in being stubborn and hard-headed. You learn a lot of lessons, and the only way to gain knowledge is through learning lessons. And who was it? They made 1,000 light bulbs before they invented the right one that worked. Like there's millions of inventions that, Elon Musk probably failed at least 15,000 million times before he actually got a spaceship in this. The great Disney drew Mickey Mouse on a napkin, traveling with a suitcase, which is everything he owned, from the East Coast to California with like $20 in his pocket. So, and a wife at home. So it's like, it's one of those things where, or no, that was Snow White. Sorry. Yeah. He was married by the time he had Snow White. He was single when he created Mickey. Anyway, long story short. So that is all of the client readings that I've had for the prepay. If there is anybody who would like a reading, the instructions are below, or you can go back to the beginning and pay attention to the opener, because there's instructions in there. And we're going to swooshy swoosh, because we're going to move on to horoscopes, guys. So let me go ahead and do this. All right. So for the clients that I have, Tracy, I see you, I know. I am going to go over the Celtic Tree Month, because I have several people who are students, but who are graduated, but there is information they still need. And it's just easier for them to get it from me on our live streams than it is for them to figure out the time to research it for themselves. So, and besides, they like watching me. So we're going to cover that real quick, and then I'm going to dive into horoscopes for everybody. And then after that, we've got channel announcements. So, for the Willow Tree, so the Celtic Tree Month, we do shift into it on Tuesday for everybody. I'm just covering it today because I found it easier to give you guys a heads up a couple days before versus the day of. Yeah. Anyway, so we shift into my favorite tree, the willow tree, and it's associated with springtime and the willow moon, also known as the Sally. It's highly revered for its close association to the water and with the moon as it waxes and wanes, which obviously that's why I love the willow tree. I mean, I'm a water sign through and through, and I love the moon. So, believed to enhance psychic abilities and to offer deep insights into the workings of the world. It is a conductor of relationships, the brighter of love, poetic inspiration, and the elemental elements of water, music, and the moon and the great goddess herself. Often associated with flexibility and adaptability, holds diverse spiritual meaning across cultures, symbolizing sorrow, mourning, but also rebirth, vitality, and the endurance of love and family. Tied deeply to this time of the year, which marks great growth and endurance. What has been latent and gathered in depths of winter or latent and gathered in depths of winter has now begun to really leap forward. And that's represented in the way that the willow tree branches fall. It's believed that a willow planted near your home will keep danger away, especially the kind that comes from storms or floods. Items of the willow on your altar, along with water fluids, will help honor the goddesses and the month of willow. And I actually, if any of my students out there in your guys' research, because you guys come up with the coolest stuff, honestly, when it comes to all your altar stuff, I would love a willow wand. Truthfully, I would love a wand made of willow. I haven't been able to find one, like an actual one. Yes, you can go on Amazon and find, willow wood wand. Can you guarantee it's actually made of willow? No. So if there's anybody out there that knows anybody who handcrafts, like on Etsy or whatever, that is, an actual reputable seller, I would love a willow wand. Or a link, not love one. I'm not asking you to buy me one. That sounded bad. I'm asking for you to send me a link to one so that I can look at maybe investing in it. So on that note, I am going to cover real quick the main planets that are influencing the horoscopes, because you're going to hear throughout the horoscopes how Venus and Mercury are now highly influencing all of our signs. And I'll explain how I do horoscopes once I get to them. So we've got the sun in Aries. Energies leap forward in growth, opportunities for those who push forward to do so. Go-getter type energies with a focus on individual goals. The shift of moon in Libra, and remember, we have a full moon tomorrow, so do your full moon rituals tomorrow, and it's the pink moon, and if you need advice on it, last stream, go back to last stream because I covered that for you. Impulsive in interactions, instinctual desire to socialize, demanding need to feel appreciated, and difficult time for deciding valid feelings. Mercury in Pisces is ideal to become infused with ideas become infused with imagination and sensitivity. Idealist and dreamy thoughts that are difficult to rationalize. Mind energies are prone to fancy and daydreaming. Venus in Pisces, power, and remember, we end retrograde on Friday. We will be done with both planets in retrograde on Friday. And oh my gosh, you guys, we survived. We survived it. Power to forgive is strengthened since your compassion runs high. Deep need to find a soulmate and connections. Love knows no boundaries. And guys, it's a huge, not necessarily on Friday. We have a lot of contemplation coming in on Fridays, but Saturday and Sunday, you're going to see a lot of reassessing, revising, and then come Monday, there is going to be a huge push in romance. So just be aware. Mars in Cancer, we've got to focus on the domestic and emotional security with greater urgency to protect loved ones and hypersensitivity. So we have a lot, and just know, guys, this weekend is going to be a sensitive weekend. You've already started, for those of us that are hypersensitive, you've probably already been feeling it today. It'll get stronger as the weekend comes, basically because with the enhanced energies of Venus moving out of retrograde, now Mercury in full direct, and the new moon or the full moon coming in, we've got some crazy energies. So, however, most of them are focused on loving, dynamic, and domestic and relationships. So, like I said, hopefully this whole temper tantrum that's going on with the world will take a giant deep breath and we can all still have our issues, but relax a little bit about them, right? Okay. Because, man, you know, and I'm just going to say it this way. No side is better than the other when we have January 6th on the one side and people destroying Teslas on the other. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. Anyway, nobody's better than the other. No side is better than the other. It's massively disappointing on either end, because guys, all you're doing is destroying American property. Why? It's going to, like, do you not have kids? Do you know what happens when your kids destroy property? You pay for it. Stop costing taxpayers more money. And hold on, because my thing stops charging and I don't want it to overcharge. So give me a second. If there's one thing I've learned about battery packs is don't let them charge for like overnight, because no, you can actually overcharge a battery. Okay, so the way I do horoscopes. Oh, hello. Oh, two new people. Hi. Hello. I am not going to pronounce your name because I brutalize normal people's names, or normal people. We're all normal. I Dick, Jane, and Sally. So I'm not going to try to pronounce your name, but hello and welcome. And then Cora, sorry I'm late. I have no idea what is going on right now. But actually just got done with dinner, then bedtime, so I will be in and out. Oh gosh, honey, adulting is hard today. Do not worry. It's been one of those days. And girl, Virgo energy is just going to get worse, because you have no idea what's going on right now, because Venus has gone out of retrograde, and Virgos, that's what's going to happen for the next like 48 hours for you guys. Don't drive yourself insane trying to get a hold of your thoughts, Cora. Okay. How we do horoscopes around here. So I start with Aries and I go all the way through to the end. I leave Scorpio to the end simply because I am Scorpio. And if I try to do horoscope readings to Scorpio, my angels start throwing in messages like they do now, and I get all discombobulated. And I can't continue on with the readings. So that's how we work around here. Then we are, for each sign, I will be covering Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I will be doing an overview of today's energies just for you to check in and see if you're in tune. And then covering what's happening for the weekend for you. All right. For Monday's horoscope, come back Monday. All right, so for my Aries, starting with my lovely Aries, today we had powerful, connecting, intertwining, and attractive energies with strong intuitive undertones, prideful, independent, and outreaching energies with the ability to help others, improving, unique, and approachable energies with inspirational undertones by end of day. On Saturday, you're going to have awakening, epiphany, and enlightening energies in relationships and partnerships with a focus on acknowledgments of true feelings, guiding, changing, and learning energies and talents and values with the possibility for new directions comes in midday with cautious, laid back, and easygoing energies, especially in romance by the end of day on Saturday for you Aries. On Sunday, we've got pleasurable, comfortable, and focused energies with a focus on getting back on track. A slowdown but challenging energies with a savvy undertones comes in midday with improving, appreciative, and planning energies with a focus on self and future plans by end of day for you Aries on Sunday. For Taurus, we've got insightful, forgiving, and understanding energies in relationships and connections to start our Friday. Releasing, relieving, and letting go energies and problems and difficulties with a focus on opinions and options. Empowering, beneficial, and directional energies in emotions with the ability for clarity in deep-seated issues by the end of day. On Saturday, we've got motivating, improving, and changing energies with a focus on overall life. Managing, attentive, and determined energies with the ability to promptly handle affairs comes in midday for you, with improving, developing, and productive energies in health and work, with a possible illumination to actions and revealing acknowledged emotions by end of day. On Sunday for our Tauruses, we've got advancing, lifting, and clarifying energies in wants and needs with a focus on current projects or relationships. Understanding, compromising, and genuine energies in feeling and vulnerabilities with understanding, problem solving, and intuition-based energies with the ability to process the uncomfortable by end of day. Geminis, we've got important and positive energies in work and projects with the possibility for shifts to start off for our Fridays. Beneficial, revising, and improving energies in relationships and networking with harmonizing, problem solving, and realistic energies in partnerships and relationships with a focus on realistic expectations by end of day today. For you on Saturday, for my Geminis, we've got changing, motivating, and attentive energies with the ability for epiphanies and breakthroughs. Focused, creative, and entertaining energies in relationships with the ability for self-expression and illumination comes in midday. With insightful, informational, and undeniable energies and emotions with a focus on the unacknowledged with possibility for great changes by end of day. On Sunday for my Geminis, we've got idealistic, clarifying, and straightforward energies and answers with a breakthrough and delays to start. Improving, inspirational, and imaginative energies in relationships and friends comes in midday with disappointing, vulnerable, and acknowledging energies in friendships with the possibility for healing and repairing by end of day for my Geminis. Be careful, Geminis. They just came in and said that your reputation might take a hit this weekend, but that's not the focus of things. The focus of things is realigning with and healing the friendships department, okay? Social is not so much important as keeping the friendship circle tight. For my Cancers on Friday, for today, we had professional, reputation-based, and focused energies in social, extending, helping, and thriving energies in business and career with the recognition of sacrifices, defensive, judgmental, and decision-oriented energies and problems and issues with the ability for renewed perspectives by end of day. On Saturday, we have connecting, acknowledging, and attentive energies in domestic with a focus on the need for comfort and security. Responsible and investing in energies in work and with a powerful focus comes in midday for you. With balancing, improving, and perspective-oriented energies and connections and communications with an ability to expand oneself with satisfaction and clarity by end of day. On Sunday for our Cancers, we've got comfortable, improving, and mature energies in relationships and associations with the ability to boost your reputation. Understanding vulnerable and insecure energies in career and reputation with the ability to embrace changes comes in midday. So you're going to literally, soon as that, you can blame Venus turning direct for that literal switch for you on Sundays for my Cancers, okay? Blame Venus for that one. Understanding vulnerable and insecure energies in career and reputation with the ability to embrace changes. Appreciating, learning, and unique energies with a magnification on responsibilities with a possible healing undertones by end of day. For my Leos, today we had healing, forgiving, and accepting energies with problems and issues. Energizing, spirited, and sharing energies in dealings and socials came in midday. Idealistic, romantic, and creative energies in interactions with compassionate undertones, with moving, spotlighted energies in personal and social circles. On Saturday or tomorrow for my Leos, we've got discovery-oriented, motivating, and improving energies in learning and communications with a focus on changes and the ability for revelations and surprises in emotions. Optimistic, progressive, and learning energies in work and projects with the ability to overwhelm oneself comes in midday. With renewing, expressive, and attentive energies in romance and intimate with the ability for improvements through expression by end of day on Saturday for Leos. On Sunday, we've got forward-moving, discoverable, and interesting energies in relationships and projects with fewer delays. Unblocking, open-minded, and expressive energies and emotions with a focus on vulnerabilities comes in midday with changing, motivating, and new direction type energies with exciting and advancing undertones by end of day. So Leos, you guys are just going to have the energy to literally renew, reinvest, and move forward. You guys are the phoenix rising from the ashes this weekend. So honestly, my Leos, I'm not that worried about you. Like my Leos and my Aries, and my Saggies, well, the Sag is a little bit because you're more emotional, but my Leos and my Aries, I was like, y'all are fine. But my Virgo babies. Okay. So Today, we had insightful, intimate, unburdening energies and old problems and issues, forgiving, understanding, and approachable energies and connections and conversations with accepting, improving, and opportunistic energies and personal with the ability to grow through exchanges by end of day today. On Saturday, you're going to have attentive, focused, and decision-oriented energies in money and talents with a sharp focus on self-worth and comfort. And when I mean sharp focused, I'm being nice. It's more like a whiplash type focus. Okay, so be nice to yourself. Cumulative, informational, and advancing energies in business and ownerships with the ability for revelations comes in midday, with relatable, resourceful, and discoverable energies in feelings with a focus on intimate relationships by end of day on Saturday. On Sunday, you've got useful, resourceful, and discoverable in energies in information with undertones of wants and needs with a focus on personal relationships. Straightforward, brightening, and uplifting energies and interactions and moods comes in midday, with learning, healing, and motivating energies and inner self-worth, with recognition of insecurities and dependencies by end of day. So basically, Virgos, just because Venus turns direct doesn't mean you need to focus on all of your negatives and make them the focal point of everything in your life, okay? So be mindful, be respectful to yourself, and self-soothe and self-distract when needed. Cora, play some video games. All right, so for my Libras, today we had magical, dreamy, and discussing energy and relationships and interactions with the ability to put faith in someone special. Bonding, opening, demanding, and unique energies and talents and traits with the ability to learn. Healing, growing, and improving energies and relationships with a chance for self-honesty and realizations by the end of day. On Saturday for my Libras, we've got pushy, aware, and standoffish type energies in relationships and personal with the ability for clarifications. Independent, projecting, and relationship-focused energies with a focus on buried emotions and long-standing issues comes in midday for you. And balancing, harmonizing, and confident energies in relationships with the ability for new perspectives and improvements comes in end of day for my Libras on Saturday. On Sunday, we've got lighter, forward-moving, and focused energies in personal and plans, with curious and diplomatic undertones with a focus on relations. Satisfying, creative, and peaceful energies in interactions and connections with natural and easy undertones. Forgiving, healing, and understanding energies in home and family with a focus on balance by the end of day for my Libras on Sunday. For my Saggies, on Friday, we've got interacting, connecting, and mingling energies and social with the ability to share ideas openly. Creative, pushing, and unique energies and pursuits and ideas with strong expressive undertones. Compassionate and accepting but confusing energies and connections with a possibility for misunderstandings and straightforward thinking by the end of day today for my Saggies. On Saturday, we've got illuminating, enlightening, and undeniable energies in social and friendships with an inability to ignore feelings and emotions. Demanding, recognizing, and revealing energies and feelings with a focus on empowering through resources. Dynamic, advancing, and harmonizing energies in business with a focus on balance and peace to the home and domestic comes in by end of day. That is where we're going to kind of have our struggle. Okay, Saggies, you guys are just not going to be too happy when it comes to how you're going to be feeling about yourself. Okay, kind of like our Virgos, but a little bit more impactful, can I say? For Sunday, resolving, satisfying, and comfortable energies in disagreements and standoffs with a cleansing or clearing of blockages. Appreciative, kinder, and creative energies in romance and intimate with undertones and honest and sensitivity comes in midday for you on Sundays. Compassionate, opportunistic, and expressive energies in home and domestic with a focus on healing and growing by end of day. So my Saggies, please, 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 please self-soothe, self-distract, be mindful, be one with self, interpersonal effectiveness, radical acceptance, distress tolerance, all of it. Every DBT skill, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, just prep that kit with the silly with the putty and everything else. Okay. Oh, I love you, Sages. I will be here if you need me this weekend. Okay. Actually, I'm going to be busy, but I will try to be here for you this weekend. Okay, because we have company coming in next week, so we're prepping this weekend. For my Capricorns on Friday, today we had releasing, forgiving, and moving energies in domestic and family with pleasurable and money-making undertones, improving, balancing, and understanding energies and relationships with a focus on warmth and support, assessing, humbling, and conclusion-based energies in personal and self with a focus for clarity in wants and needs by end of day. So you should be self-soothing right now, Capricorns, if you not do so, okay? Because that's probably why you feel probably a little emotionally beat up today, kind of like the Sagittariuses will feel this weekend. On Saturday for my Capricorns, we've got attentive, illuminating, and noticeable energies in responsibility and obligations with a focus on reputation and career. Realizing, revitalizing, and acknowledging energies and feelings and emotions with the ability to think before acting. Interesting, harmonizing, and insightful energies in communications and connections with a focus on improvements and decisions in personal by end of day. Basically, this weekend, Capricorns, you're going to be able to make use of everything you learned these last couple of days that were so difficult, okay? Into Sunday, we've got pleasant, advancing, and helping energies in domestic and daily with the ability to express self as intended. Attentive, focused, and acknowledging energies in domestic with a focus on home and insecurities. Honest, direct, and improving energies in interactions with the ability for self-improvements and understanding by end of day on Sunday. For my Aquariuses, today we had connecting, soulful, and brightening energies with a focus on friendship and the ability for peacemaking. Informative, advancing, and skillful energies and communications with a focus on long-term improvements came in midday with problem-solving, conclusion-oriented, and clarifying energies in self with the ability for clarification in your own emotions by end of day today. So that's where you are right now, Aquariuses. For tomorrow, we've got stimulating, connecting, and attentive energies in projects and ideas with possible realizations. I knew I wasn't going to be able to say that word. With possible realizations, work with me, okay? It's kind of like cellular. Okay, I can't, there's certain words I can't say, okay? We all have them. In attitude, with realizations in attitudes. Desirable, refreshing, and meaningful energies with a focus on priorities and routines comes in midday. Objective, understanding, and idealistic energies in finances and money with clarity in wants and needs by the end of day for you on Saturday. For Sunday, for my Aquariuses, we have clarifying, lifting, and forward-moving energies and projects with less delays and possibility for new perspectives. Releasing, enlightening, and renewing energies in relationships and friends with the ability to let go of unnecessary emotions. Creative, open, and illuminating energies with inspirational and unique undertones will come in by end of day for you, Aquariuses. For our Pisces, today we had connecting, problem-solving, and improving energies in money and projects. Magical, attractive, and drawing energies in new activities with imaginative undertones came in midday with discovery, stationary, and practical energies on decisions and matters with the ability for new perspectives by the end of day. On Saturday for my Pisces, we've got revealing, illuminating, and epiphany-oriented energies and emotions and self with a focus on support of others. Balancing, sharing, and understanding energies in power and imbalances with a focus on financial and money with the ability for new perspectives comes in midday. Interesting, opportunistic, and attractive energies in relationships with the ability to repair old problems comes in by end of day for you on Saturday. For my Pisces on Sunday, we've got informative, perspective, and challenging energies in personal goals with the ability to make good decisions. Advancing, understanding, and clarifying energies in affections with an honest focus on wants and needs comes in midday. Recognition, confrontational, and improving energies in the vulnerability with fears and the ability to improve financial standing, with healing, growing, and forward-moving undertones in communication by end of day. For my Scorpios, today we had inspiring, intuitive, and practical energies in work and projects with imaginative undertones, willing, problem-solving, and resolution-based energies with a chance for unusual solutions comes in midday. Observing, discovering, and confusing energies and resolutions comes in by the end of day for you. It's best not to make any final decisions today. On Saturday, we're going to have lost, confusing, and unbalanced energies with illuminations to personal and work, discoverable, insightful, and regenerating energies with a focus on healing in prominent ways comes in midday, with balancing, focused, and harmonizing energies in work and health with the ability to source from your creative inner muse by the end of day. On Sunday, we've got uplifting, forward-moving, and opportunistic energies in relations and relationships with the ability for redos with greater wisdom. Appreciative, intuitive, and accepting energies and vulnerabilities with imperfections, appreciative, intuitive, and accepting energies in vulnerabilities and imperfections with healing and improving undertones comes in midday, with considering, considerate, aware, and connecting energies in self with a focus on changes in routines by the end of day. So those are our horoscopes for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or today, Saturday and Sunday. Little crazy with for a lot of us, it's going to be starting out, today. It's been a rough week. It's going to get a little bit rougher before it gets better. But by Monday, we're going to have more loving and genuine energies with practical undertones. So starting next Monday, we can hope for a lot better energies, and I can start giving a little bit better readings instead of, discoverable and aspiring and awakening. I try to use positive words, but sometimes, guys, it's like learning your lessons is an awakening. So on that note, just a couple things that I want to go over before we wrap up for today. We do have a new channel that's coming soon. I am going to be after I get off this live, I'm actually going to be jumping into a recording studio to do some work. But that is coming soon. Cora and I will be announcing it. It's going to be us talking about law, reacting to other things. It's going to, it's going to be fun. I have a very good feeling that it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to, we'll see what happens, but we have a lot of positive energy behind it. On my channel, check out the uploads if you haven't already of the videos. Jack and I doing St. Patrick's Day, Book of Shadows, both the work in progress and the road so far. In April, for anybody who's interested, we're going to have a week of free readings from April 31st to May 4th. In May, on Monday the 5th, we're going to do kind of a debunking Cinco de Mayo and a rebirth celebration, because that happened to be the day that I crossed over and came back in 2017. So on that note, we still have our Just Fab and our WitchCasket unboxings that will be coming up when they get delivered. But on that note, I'm going to swishy swish, and we're going to end our stream. So, for all of you that have made it this far, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming and watching and saying hi, liking and subscribing and saying the comments. Tracy, it's for all of you that watch me on, comment to me through Facebook and Instant Messenger. You could always message me on YouTube and come into here, and then it doesn't sound like I'm just talking to crazy people. Anyway, on that note, if you're still with me, go ahead and raise your glass, and we'll do our closing cheers. Because guys, that's the end of our stream. So, for everybody out there that is going through a tough time or needs a little bit of help, may your angels be strong, may your energies be positive, and may karma be ever in your favor. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.